A Dream Deferred by Langston. This is a poem analysis, and let's just start off with the use of simile. Tryin raisin is referred to the slaves in the field, the ones who worked hard and long in the warm sun. The skin ended up as wrinkly as a raisin. They share the same color as a raisin. It's black. Crust and sugar on the surface. On the surface, everything seems fine, therefore the sugar coating. But when you get under the crust, it's disgusting and repulsive. The slaves were treated like animals, and killed like animals. Rotten and meat are basically two words you don't want to hear connected. As mentioned, the slaves were treated like animals, and they died or was killed like animals. They were just left to rot in the sun or still hanging on the tree. They didn't have rights for a proper funeral either. So the personification in the text is really small, and the only one we were able to find was the dream. The dreamer's trait is to being able to run, and that's only something a human or an animal could do, and not a dream. Alright, the connotations in the text. Dry is by referring to the slaves in the field, so it has a negative connotation and makes one depressed and afraid of the future. Then there's dream. It has a positive but yet confusing connotation. It's something you desire for it to happen, but at the same time it seems out of range and vague. Then there's explosion. It's what happens if everything goes wrong. It has a negative connotation of death and destruction, and all it leaves behind is rubble and crushed memories. Heavy load. The dream is too heavy and it seems impossible. The connotation is physical and labor and an aching back, something that will tear you apart over time and not instantly. The last one is rotten. It's what death leaves behind. It's a repulsive word. There's nothing romantic or flattering about it. You just want to keep your distance and don't think about it.
The use of rotten and sugary is the only contrast in the poem. The word rotten has a bitter taste in the mouth as you pronounce it, while the other is the complete opposite. Sugar is something that brightens your day and gives you energy, while rotten things are repulsive and other terrifying. The use of the contrast in the poem is there, so it's always what two paths this dream can lead down to, something beautiful or destructive. The message of this poem is to teach people to respect each other. The color of your skin does not make you a better or more important human being than other human beings. You have to treat others like you want to be treated. It's the human right to have a good life without working yourself to death like a rotten piece of meat in the sun. This poem can be related to how it was to be a slave. You did not have any rights and you had to work all your life. You were born into poverty and you had no chance to escape from that. Your life will be just like your parents' lives. You just had to work hard for some poor food if you were that fortunate to get any. At this time the poem was written, slavery was still legal, and first around 15 years later slavery became illegal in the States.
Cut.
Var det okay?